Hello again, Alan Biggs with the local version of the Ref Show for Sheffield football fans. Mark Halsey and Keith Hackett joining me. Keith, you're on Wednesday. Can I tell you, I've come into recording this on the back of a huge surprise. I was just shown into a room at Hillsborough, ostensibly just to talk to Dapon Chansiri, the new owner of Sheffield Wednesday. I was totally unprepared for what I saw. Desk, loads of guys sitting behind it, including Glenn Roeder and Adam Pearson. Adam, the ex-Hull chairman, Glenn, former manager, former top player, all part of a new management team at Hillsborough with Stuart Gray. What do you make of that?
Well, I mean, the first question is Stuart Gray. Is he going to stay?
Well, he's part of this, and I was assured by Mr. Chansiri that he has the final say from the committee. They'll talk about who they're going to sign, and Mr. Chansiri said, well, Stuart Gray will have the final say on that. So it would appear that his job is secure there as a head coach. What do you think, Mark?
Well, I hope it is, because I think he's done a terrific job since he's taken over Sheffield Wednesday. He's lifted them right up there, and the fans are coming back and watching enjoying their football, aren't they?
Absolutely. It seems quite a progressive move in the sense that you've got a former chairman of Hull who knows what it's like to get a team into the Premier League, as he did there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got a very experienced guy in Glenn Roeder, who's been a manager and now takes a backroom role.
I wonder if he'll take a role of director of football, which is what has been talked about.
It has, but it's more of a committee, a three-man committee. And Mr. Chansiri is going to remain most of the time in Thailand. So this is his team. This is his day-to-day management team.
Yeah, I think it's. I think in modern business, committees are long gone. It'll be interesting to see how the move makes. I mean, there's no doubt that Adam Pearson is an experienced guy, and so is Glenn Roeder. Many years in football together. Wasn't Adam Pearson also with Leeds for a period? So
certainly been a supporter of Leeds over the years.
He certainly knows what volatility is with the club. So it might be that hopefully we'll have stability at Hillsborough and they'll do the job and we'll get to the Premier League.
Hopefully it's the right mix, because a manager, or call him a head coach in this case, can't do it all, can he? He can't be negotiating with the players, itemising who he wants and doing the whole lot and coaching the team. So he does need a support backup, as long as he does have that final...
Yeah, and it's like wherever you are in any management job, you want people there you can trust. You want people around you that you can trust that are going to be there with you, you know. Yeah. And I really do hope that... Stuart keeps his job there.
I see it as a progressive. I see it as a progressive move, and I hope it works out. Yeah. They've certainly got plenty of experience in there. You compare it with Sheffield United at the moment, and I can't quite credit this. There are rumours and there are people saying Nigel Clough should be sacked and all this kind of thing. I just don't get it. Okay, the form's disappointing at the moment.
But they're in the playoffs, aren't they?
Oh, they're virtually certain of being in the playoffs.
So you know he's achieved.
One full season, his first full season.
His first full season, they're in the playoffs. Yeah. What do they want? What do they want? I mean, it's fantastic that Sheffield United are in the playoffs. It's hopefully they can get into the Championship and we'll get back to the derbies that I used to love refereeing. That's what you want to see.
And they've had terrific cup runs as well, Keith.
Yeah, but I think the general feel is that, well, the expectations are high. The cup runs actually damage sometimes the manager because the expectations are raised. I think the general feeling is that, like at the weekend, they go a goal up and then they revert to 2 banks of 4. And the fans see that as negative.
It was 4-5-1, Keith, almost throughout there. They do, and they've got a point, I feel, in that the expectation should have been top 2. But cut the guys some slack. I mean, he took them over when they were near the bottom. He seems to be inheriting all of the 4 years of frustration rather than just the one season and trying to get out.
I think he's done terrific.
I mean, both clubs have done terrific this season, and both managers have done terrific for the clubs, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that was a 1-1 draw at Bramall Lane with Bradford. Sheffield Wednesday got a great 2-2 draw at Bournemouth. My goodness, though, they got away with one, didn't they?
Thanks for the referee.
Oh, thanks to Paul too. Nailed on penalty, wasn't it? Nailed on for Bournemouth.
Callum Wilson and Eddie Howe is saying he thinks there's a conspiracy by referees in denying penalties to...
It's interesting because he's been one of the managers that's been calling for full-time referees in the Championship, and
and they're going that way.
Yeah.
Well, as ever, plenty of talking points, and it's always good when we just depart from refereeing altogether. It's usually a good sign, but there were a couple of incidents in those games. Keith, Mark, thanks very much indeed. Join us again for another Sheffield Ref Show next week. Bye.